Thomas and friends, making tracks to great destinations.
It was a beautiful day on Elmsodor. Thomas was taking Sir Topham Hatt to the new school construction site. Sir Topham Hatt had given the land for the new school. Thomas's friends were all busy preparing the site. Our school is the proper use for this land, Sir Topham Hatt said proudly. Let me show you the football field, said Miss Jenny. Buster was having a wonderful time rolling the earth flat. It will be a great football field, said Miss Jenny. Great, said Sir Topham Hatt. Alfie was happily digging foundation trenches for the new school library. Now this, it will be a splendid library, said Miss Jenny. Splendid, said Sir Topham Hatt. And this will be the swimming pool, she said. She explained that Oliver had to dig very carefully. Now, obviously, a swimming pool must have straight sides, she said. Obviously, said Sir Topham Hatt. He honestly didn't really care about being there. He didn't know what to say. But soon, his visit was over. He was very happy about that. He was on his way back to Knapford. Max was becoming impatient. Hurry up, he scowled. But Oliver would not be hurried. He was determined to dig carefully. But suddenly, his bucket hit something hard, and he slowly scraped away the earth. Hurry up there, roared Max. But I found something, cried Oliver. Look. Rubbish, sniffed Max. It might be important, said Oliver's operator. I'll call Miss Jenny, said the foreman. And Miss Jenny called Sir Topham Hatt, and Sir Topham Hatt called in the experts. Amazing, said the expert with the red mustache. This here, guys, is a dinosaur bone. A dinosaur bone? Said Ned. Yes, Ned. Dinosaurs were animals that lived a long time ago. Their bones are all that's left. Well, Oliver, said the expert with the fuzzy beard, which I would definitely roast if I was able to. I wonder if you could do some more digging for us. Yes, sir, beamed Oliver. He was very excited. Soon the experts roved off the area. Oliver changed over to his smallest chisel. This job called for delicate digging. Soon, Oliver found some more bones. And some more. Oh yeah, here we go. And some more. He had uncovered the skeleton of a whole dinosaur. Skeletons and skeletons are two different things, by the way. And everybody cheered. This is an important day for the Elder Soldier, said Sir Topham Hatt. Thanks to Oliver's careful digging, said Miss Jenny. It makes me proud to be an excavator, said Alfie. A man with a camera even took Oliver's picture. The next morning, Thomas brought Sir Tom and Hat to the yard. It seems we have a celebrity here, he said. It's Oliver, said Ned. With his dinosaur, said Jack. The front page, no less, said Miss Jenny. Oliver was proud. Jack and Alfie were excited. Thomas was taking them to the warehouse. Jack couldn't wait to get to work. Hurry, Thomas, he called. But Thomas was going as fast as he can. Why do you love your job so much? Don't mind Jack, said Alfie. He's always in a hurry. Soon, Thomas the Tank Engine had delivered Jack and Alfie to the warehouse. Miss Jenny warned them all about the very busy site. So you must be careful, she said. Anyone causing an accident will be sent back to the yard immediately, added the foreman. Which is really weird because that shouldn't be a problem at all if it's just a warehouse, but Ned was worried. He sometimes causes accidents, but he didn't want to get sent back to the yard. Don't worry, said his operator. I'll make sure you don't back into anything. Everyone was working very carefully to make sure not to bump into anything while they were working. Ned's operator guided him around corners and through the stacks of bricks. Oh boy, said Ned proudly. He was having fun. Jack was having fun too, but he wasn't being careful at all. Slow down, Jack. You might have an accident. Not me, Jack said cheerfully. Thomas could see that Jack was being careless. He hoped his friend wouldn't get into trouble. But then the laws of physics kicked in, and he backed into a stack of roofing slate and smashed it into tiny pieces. Blistering buckets, said Jack. He looked around. No one had seen him break the slate. Not even his operator. Jack knew he had been naughty, but he didn't want to get sent back to the yard. So, he did what a normal person would do, and filled his bucket with some gravel, and drove away as if nothing happened. Ned was making his way along the slate and rolled right over it without seeing it in the way. Ned, cried his operator, you knocked over the slates! I didn't do it, protested Ned. It wasn't me, but there was nothing Ned could do. It was an accident. His operator would have to call Miss Jenny. It's not fair! It's not fair! Grumbled Ned. Alfie pulled up just as Jack saw Ned driving slowly away. But where's Ned going? Asked Jack. He knocked over some roofing slate, said Alfie. Thomas is taking him back to the yard. Jack knew it was all his fault. The reasonable thing that I would do is just not say anything. But Alfie saw that Jack was upset. What's wrong? He asked. But Jack didn't answer. He raced off without a word. Wait, Jack shouted. Wait! Miss Jenny, he didn't break the sleigh, I did. And Jack told her what he had done. Miss Jenny was still cross anyway. Why? It was brave of you to own up, she said. But what am I to do with you? Send me back to the yard, said Jack sadly. And so she did. I can't believe. As Jack was being loaded onto Thomas's low loader, he called to Ned. I'm sorry that you got blamed for my accident. I should have owned up earlier. That's alright, said Ned. But I'm glad it wasn't me. It wasn't me, said Ned as he was going back to work. Good for you, Jack, Thomas called. Good for you. Don't talk to me right now. I just made the worst mistake of my life. I would have been staying here for the... All the way back to the yard, Jack felt bad. Deep down in his pistons, he knew he had done the most stupidest thing he could have ever done. It was a simmering summer day on the island of Sodor. So Tom and Hat had sent Thomas to help Jack and his friends at the construction site. They were busy working on the foundations for a new community center. Patrick was pouring concrete for a new platform. Roasting radiators, it's hot, panted Jack. Makes my boiler ache, said Thomas. Out of the way, young'uns, teased Patrick. Someone important coming through. What makes you so important? Huffed Jack. Concrete, rattled Patrick. We're important too, said Alfie. But I'm the most important, said Patrick. He's a bit cheeky. Speak for yourself, Thomas, as it puffed away. But Alfie and Jack were very curious now. Who was the most important? Jack couldn't wait to ask Byron. Byron, is Patrick the most important? Asked Jack. Bullcrap, said Byron. Patrick can't pour his mushy concrete until I lower the site. That makes me the most important. Alfie made a beeline for Oliver. Whoa, slow down, said Oliver. What's got you racing around in this heat? Patrick said he was the most important, panted Alfie. Is that true? Oh my no, said Oliver politely. Digging the foundations is the most important. And that's what I do. Transport, boasted Nelson. Without transport, there wouldn't be any construction. That makes me the most important. Our operators, declared Ned. They're in charge of safety. They're definitely the most important. I give up, chattered Jack. They can't all be the most important, said Alfie. They were confused. When Thomas returned, he could see that everyone was talking about who was the most important. Even Max and Monty. I'm the most important, dieseled Max. I am, boasted Monty. I can go more in less time than anyone else. And before their operators could stop them, they were off to get even bigger loads. Max was giving the biggest load he could carry. More, boomed Max. So was Monty. More, boomed Monty. I think that's enough, said Oliver politely. More and hurry. If you say so. Max! Monty! Kelly called. Slow down! Thomas could see that Max and Monty were headed for trouble. I'm the most important, snapped Max. I am, blessed Monty. I am. You really want to squabble with me, and I'll run you over. Look out! Shouted Patrick. Oh, crap! See, I told you that there was trouble. Flatten my fenders, shouted Monty. That ain't my fault, though, called Max. My beautiful concrete, moaned Patrick. No, my beautiful blue paint, moaned Thomas. Miss Jenny was cross when she heard the news. I am very disappointed in you two, she said to Max and Monty. You caused a lot of trouble. And look at poor Thomas. We'll have to pay for that now. Yes, you will. We were only trying to show what was the most important, Miss Jenny. You're all part of a team, said Miss Jenny. There's no such thing as most important. Not even Patrick, clattered Jack. Patrick, scolded Miss Jenny. Were you bragging about concrete again? I might have said something. It was a very foggy Halloween night on the island of Sodor, so Tom and Hat had sent Percy to work with his friends Jack and Alfie. Percy was glad he would be having friends on Halloween. Alfie was on a night job. He was helping mend the road through Maythway Forest on Thomas's branch line. Percy had arrived during the workman's break, and Kelly was going to tell a Halloween story. "I hope it's not too spooky," said Percy. "Me too," said Alfie. He didn't like being scared either. "Rubbish," snarled Max. "It's just a story," sneered Monty. "Shut up," said Jack. Then Kelly began. Once upon a time, there was an old steam truck. He was very mad. Someone had taken one of his headlamps. Now, here's the thing. You never do that. You don't do that. And Kelly was telling the story of the one-eyed truck. And finally, the one-eyed truck chased the loader into the deepest, darkest part of the forest.
It's fake, but it'll
"Then
get off the
what happened?"
stage.
asked Isabella. "Luckily, the mongrel loader got away.
That's not
But according to
scary, though.
legend, the one-eyed truck still wanders the forest, blowing its whistle and looking for a headlamp," whispered Kelly. "Maybe he wants yours."
Boo.
That is the best story yet," said Jack. "I hope I never meet the one-eyed truck," gulped Alfie. "Me too," cried Percy.
Stuff and nonsense. Bullcrap.
growled Monty. "Break's over," said Kelly. "Back to work." Percy liked working with Alfie. Now, Alfie is small, so is Percy. And here's another similarity. Alfie is green, so is Percy. They were having a wonderful time together. But Max and Monty were up to mischief.
It's the one-eyed truck.
Cried Max.
Scurdy.
Teased Monty. "Stop that," boomed Jack. "Pick on someone your own size."
Make us
Max and
pipsqueak.
Monty just laughed.
What he said.
But later, Max and Monty settled down. "Take these loads to the tip of the forest," said the foreman. "And be careful, it's very dark. Alright?"
Yes, sir.
said Max and Monty, and they left. As they drove deeper into the forest, it got darker and darker. The woods were full of spooky shapes and shadows. It was very scary, and suddenly, Max and Monty didn't feel so brave.
What was that?
Glittered Max.
Now,
Said Monty.
I hope. Okay. And that?
Cried Max.
I don't know.
Said Monty. It was just a fox. But Max and Monty didn't know that. They had just arrived at the dump when suddenly they heard a shrill whistle. And then they saw a single headlamp through the trees.
It's the one-eyed truck.
Shouted Monty. They dumped their loads and raced as fast as their wheels could carry them.
He's after us.
Cried Max.
Run, man. It's the one-eyed truck.
Said Monty. There ain't no one-eyed truck, said Kelly. It's just a story, said Alfie.
Then what's behind us then?
Said Monty. It's Thomas, said the foreman. Thomas, Percy said happily. Hello, Percy, called Thomas. So Tom had sent me here with some more trucks. Max and Monty felt silly. They were in a beautiful shade of red. But everybody else had a wonderful laugh, especially Percy and Alfie. Thomas and Kelly had just arrived at a new library site for work. The wind's blowing hard, chuffed Thomas. Too hard, frowned Kelly. Strong winds are dangerous for a crane, you know. The wind was blowing so hard that Jack and his friends could hardly get the work done. Kelly's crane arm did not like the wind at all. Uh-oh, this is bad. Look out! Cried Jack, but it was too late. Oh, you alright, Chuff Thomas? I think so, but is anyone else hurt? Nah, man, said Jack. But you demolished the shed. Soon, Kelly was back on Thomas's low loader. I'm sorry, Miss Jenny, said Kelly. It wasn't your fault, Kelly, said Miss Jenny. We'll get you back to the yard so the repairman can look at those wheels. Well, I'm glad it's only your wheels, said Thomas. Me too, said Kelly, but he was worried. What if he fell over again and hurt someone? Thomas brought Kelly back to the repair yard. But that night, the wind blew and a thunderstorm came. Rains poured down. And yet, the repairmen worked all night fixing Kelly's wheels. But Kelly was still thinking about what happened that day. And the thought of hurting someone. Everyone had gone to work except Kelly. The rain had stopped, and the wind was still blowing, which made him worry. He was still trying to figure out how he wouldn't hurt anybody again. Then Miss Jenny came to the sheds with urgent news. Isabella had just come off the road to the quarry bridge. We must rescue her at once. Kelly was still afraid that he might fall over and hurt someone. Can't you send someone else? He asked. Kelly, there is no one else. Isabella is in trouble, said Miss Jenny, and we must rescue her. Isabella was scared. She didn't like teetering on the edge of the road like a seesaw. Soon, Kelly and Miss Jenny arrived. Isabella, you alright? Said Miss Jenny. I think so, answered Isabella. Kelly had to remove the piano first. The wind blew, and the piano swayed. Oh dear, be careful! Soon, Kelly lowered the piano safely onto the ground. Now, he had the hardest job of all, saving Isabella. Slowly, he started to pull Isabella back onto the road. The wind blew harder. Then, Isabella started to teeter. Oh! Kelly was worried. He stopped. What's wrong? Cried Isabella. The wind, it's too strong. You can do it, Kelly, called Miss Jenny. You can do it. Kelly knew he couldn't let the wind stop him. He started his wrench again. He pulled harder. And harder. And harder. Oh, mind my paint, the cheeky truck cried. Isabella was finally back on the road. Well done, Kelly, said Miss Jenny. Well done. Thank you, Kelly, said Isabella. At last, Kelly had his confidence back. Isabella was on her way again, and Thomas could see that Kelly was happy once again. It was a gray, cloudy day on the dinosaur. Percy was taking Jack and Alfie to Croc Station on the main line. Jack and his friends were going to prepare the site for a new repair shed, but the rain had made the site a muddy, mucky mess. Mud can be dangerous, warned Miss Jenny. So remember, safety first, said Byron proudly. And that means no carelessness this time, she said to Max and Monty.
Yes, Miss Jenny.
They cluttered. Jack and Alfie were having a wonderful time. Alfie liked mud, and this was the muddiest mud he had ever seen. Mud, glorious mud, Alfie shouted as he spun around. Byron was working very carefully. His cuts were straight and precise. Look at that, he chugged. A work of art. But no one noticed how carefully Byron was working. Max and Monty were up to no good.
Hey, Percy, bottoms up. Yeah, that's right. Skip that.
Bust my buffers, cried Percy. Hey, what do you think of my trench, Oliver? Byron asked proudly. But Oliver didn't answer. He was too busy trying not to sink in the mud. Ooh, my mud. Byron was upset. He wanted anyone to say well done. Max and Monty were still up to no good.
Ready? Go.
Watch out, you idiots! Shouted Alfie. It was too late.
Squeak.
Max broke the water supply pipe. Water gushed everywhere, and suddenly, Alfie was sinking into a muddy hole. Help! He cried. I'll get him, clattered Jack. No, shouted the foreman. You'll get stuck too. A workman shut off the water, but there was no way Alfie could get himself out. Byron! Miss Jenny cried. Can you help Alfie? I'm coming, Alfie, he shouted. Byron could see that Alfie was sinking into the mud. Grab my blade! Alfie reached down. I can't reach it, he cried. Careful, Byron, shouted Miss Jenny. Careful, you'll sink too. But Byron inched closer and closer and closer. Miss Jenny was very worried indeed. And at last, I've got it, said Alfie. Hold on, said Byron. Come on, Byron, whispered Kelly. Byron struggled and pulled and strained. At last, Byron pulled Alfie to safety. Alfie was happy to be out of the mud, and Percy was glad his friend was safe. Well done, Byron, he said. Yes, well done, shouted the foreman. Well done, shouted Kelly. Well done, shouted everyone. Byron was so proud. He had more well dones than he knew what to do with. He was going to make them into the new cryptocurrency. At that night at the yards, Miss Jenny had stern words from Max and Monty. You'll be spending the next 3 weeks in your shed.
Wait, 3 weeks? I thought it was 3 days.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. You could have seriously hurt someone with your carelessness, you two idiots.
We're sorry, Miss Jenny,
said Max and Monty, and they truly were.